Alrighty, guys. So before we get this, we have a project car roundup for you guys. I told you guys every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. I want to drop one of these if I can remember. I'm slowly remembering. So we're gonna drop one of these. Now, this we're gonna start out with a Chevy Nova. $1,500. Extremely cheap for a Chevy Nova, especially the 68, 72 body style, which are desirable. 73, 74 not only have a different tail panel and a different nose, a different fenders, grill, bumper, all that shit. The 73, 74 cars do. The 68, 72 have their own unique quarter glass, quarter panel, tail panel, and front nose. You can take a 73, 74 car and put a 68, 72 nose on it, but anybody that knows Novas will be able to spot that that's 73, 74. The same way you could take a 74, 5, 6, and 7, I think, Camaro and revert it back to the 70 through 73 cars. So the only way you can be able to tell that car apart when that's all done is the back glass. The 73, 74 cars have a wider back glass. So let's get into this. Let's help you guys find your next project car. If you guys would like, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys want to see next. What car should I look for that you guys want to see? What division of cars do you want me to try to find next? Ford, Mopar, AMC, Bugatti, Ferrari. I don't care. They have to be a project car, and there's a 10 grand, little 11 grand cap on the cars because most people are gonna have over 11 grand spent on a car. So let's dive in. Overall, a fairly solid Nova. Now we don't know if it was a V8 car, 6-cylinder car. We don't know how the floors are. We don't know how the rear unibody is. The outside of the car, from what I can see, looks solid. The quarters look good. Now, whether they're full of mud or not, I don't know. You won't know that till you get there. Um, I'm not sure I will throw tarps over cars and then put hold the tarp underneath the doors. Water's just gonna run in on the floors if you do that. But I digress. Now we have a 73 or 70 through 72 Charger. I think it's actually 71, 72, but I misspoke there, so it doesn't matter. Now, this car is 6 grand, no title, and it's a project. Is it worth $6,000? No. Here's why. I don't have a title. In my personal opinion, even though I have a 74 Rally, one of 208 cars, even though I have that, I would prefer this generation of Charger, third gens go. They just look cooler. They got the cooler quarter glass. They're just a cooler all around car. Plus, you could have got hideaway headlights in this car. You could have had all that. You could have had a really cool car. The fucking hood options for the like RT versions are extremely cool. And overall, just an awesome car. 6 grand, no. 2 or 3 grand, yes. So let's dive in. Let's see what else this car has to offer. Overall, a fairly straight car. Like I said, you got that really cool back quarter glass. Floors, solid. Look like it. No, I don't know what's underneath that tarp. Oh, it's got a big block. That could either be a 3 to 3 or 440, 400. There's so many engines it could be. It is a bench seat column shift car, which, I mean, who gives a shit? You can make it anything you want. It's not like the car needs to be put back to original. It's not rare enough for that. Um, Overall, fairly solid car. I mean, look at the quarter, dude. The quarters are fucking nice telling us. Do I still think it's 6 grand? No. All right. Now, this car, I have to put in a wagon in each one of these because I personally dig wagons. I think my next car is going to be a wagon of some kind. I prefer Mopar, but we'll go Chevy, we'll go Ford, we'll go whatever. The cool thing about most wagons is that they're built off of some kind of platform. These cars are built off like the Cornettes, the Roadrunners, I think that's about it. I think there's a couple more that, they're parts will interchange off us for like fenders and hoods go. This car here has a Roadrunner hood on it. You can tell by the bulge. And I don't think that was a factory option on the wagon. Could be wrong. But the cool thing is, things like these, for instance, Cornet wagons. Any body part off of a Cornet or Roadrunner will bolt on that car. As long as it's that year. You're not going to take a 67 Cornet wagon and put 70 fucking Roadrunner parts on it. It's not going to look right. Probably won't look. I don't even know if they bolt in. I doubt it. I know body lines wouldn't be the same and all that stuff. So let's dive into this thing. For let's say the price is $900. That is extremely cheap for something like this. Let's now it could be because the whole underside is rough. If it's got some quarter rot, but I mean, probably easily fixable. I would imagine. I doubt that. I was gonna say maybe Coronet quarter panels of like a car, but I doubt they have that same body line. I'm wrong. I could be wrong. No expert. Yeah, same thing or on that side. What's really cool about I think it's the 68 cars is the marker lights that are round. Yeah, no expert, but ooh, it's got a big block in it. Now, big block probably will spin over, it probably will move, and it probably will do what it's supposed to do, but it is a big block nevertheless. Now, this right here, this picture right here should tell you guys everything you guys need to know. This picture, you can tell there's been mice in it. You can tell seats are worn, which it's always the driver's side. In vehicles, it's usually the driver's side that gets worn out because, well, you're constantly sitting in the driver's seat. Lots of times they're not constantly day after day after day after day after day. Somebody's sitting in the passenger seat, like this driver's seat. It's got some rot back there, but nothing major. I mean, it's a fairly solid car. Okay, I had to put this in here for Dad because, as you guys know, Dad's two dream cars, two, and he's actually had one of these, is a 68 72 Chevy Nova and a 70 through 73 Chevy Camaro, or a 67 to 69 Camaro. That body style. He's not a big fan of the ones after that, big bumper cars and stuff like that, but yeah, and Dad has owned one of these. This car here for 3 grand. It doesn't have any real details on it, but it is a 73 Camaro RS split bumper, which is a highly sought after car and is the real muscle car. So let's dive in and see how bad it is. There is your body tag on a Chevy. That's usually what your body tag looks like. You can decode this and it'll tell you everything this car is built with. Same with any car, whether it's a Mopar or a Ford. They should all have some kind of tag like this. On a Mopar, it's mounted in on your inner fender, under the hood. On a GM, it's mounted on the cowl, on top of the cowl. I'm not sure on a Ford where it's mounted. I think it's mounted on the door on a Ford. I'm not quite sure. But cars of this generation, that's usually where they are as far as Mopar and Chevy or GM. It doesn't matter if Buick or what it is. They all have this body tag of this body style mounted right here. Now the 60s, like Pontiacs and stuff, will be mounted on the firewall, where this one, like the 70s cars, they're mounted right here. Now Mopar is mounted on the inner fender. In a Mopar, you wouldn't have big gaudy Phillips screws like this. You have button head Phillips screws. It was original. It does have a small block Chevy in it. Oh, it's an AC car at that. Woo. This car is probably high option then. And there's the AC box, there's the AC compressor. This is a fairly original car, it looks like. That might actually be the original engine. Probably. Is it a, I can't tell if it's a big block or a small block. Either way, it's a V8 of some kind. If it's a small block, more than likely a 350, and if it's a big block, it's probably a 454, but I think it's a small block. I think you see the I think it's a small block, so it's probably a 350. But still, that's your most common V8. Easy to rebuild and make popped up or cheap. Now here is the fun thing about Novas and Camaros. They have a front subframe, not a K-frame, a front subframe, which means the whole front half of the car, after you take your fenders, your core support out, all that shit off the car, this literally just bolts in underneath the car. You can literally drop this with the engine on it and roll it out. Basically the same principle as a K member, except you can't roll a K member out. You kind of have to drop it onto some kind of wooden crate or metal fucking box of some kind and wheel it in and out. With this, you could actually just probably pick up the back and slide it out. Now, I am going to tell you from looking at this car is fairly solid for being what it is and for what the price is. I mean, usually it's all chewed up right there with the subframe mounts in. Now, I'm sure the subframe itself is going to need plates because these tend to rot out around the rubber as water gets like retained between the rubber and the metal, and they usually rot out. Something else I see that tells me that that engine is not completely stock, besides the Mickey Thompson valve covers that were on it, which anybody could have done, is these right here. These are fucking headers. That means this car might have a hopped up V8 of some kind. Definitely worth 3 grand in my opinion. It just being what it is, worth 3 grand in my opinion. Now here's what we go. It would have been nice to see a 4-speed in this car. It would have been really cool to see that. But we see an automatic. We see buckets and a console, which there were few Mustangs and Camaros especially that came out with the bid sheet option. It was early on, like in the 60s when they were making the cars. And like I said, there was like a very limited number of bench seat Camaros and Mustangs that were bench seat cars. I didn't even know they made them until I started looking it up and researching it, and they did. They're just really, really, really like one of 10. They're like rare as fucking hen's teeth. So this car right here is fairly complete and fairly solid. I mean, now we don't know really what the floors look like because we haven't really seen too much of the underside. But we don't really care about this area here because they make tons of sheet metal. It's easy to replace. We care about what's back here where your unibody is. Now, this car is like a half like they're like a Mustang and a fucking regular car made a baby and had this unibody front subframe type dealio, which technically it is unibody. Technically. I mean, floors look solid. Now here is the glory shot of this thing. This it says Z28. He says RS. It probably a good chance it's Z28. Now this car right here, a lot of people think Camaro 7273 muscle car. The muscle car version would have been your Z28 or your RS split bumper, which means you have a little bumper here and a little bumper here. Then you have this, I can't remember what they call it. It's some kind of like rubber stuff. GTO's had it. Rubber thing right here. That's it. These cars look fucking so mean and tough. And the good news is if you have a regular bumper Camaro, you can do this treatment to it. You can put a split bumper setup on. And if it's just a regular 73 Camaro, yes, it's desirable, but you're not going to hurt the value by putting a split bumper on it. To me, this cleans up the car and makes the car look even more tough. Instead of having a big bumper running across the whole length of the front of the car, you only have these little tiny bumpers here. Now, we do see the hood's got some rust. The valence has some rust. I mean, the car is a project car. But for $3,000 for a 73 possible Z28, he says it's an RS, true RS. But I'm going Z28. He might have read it wrong because it's got a Z28 badge, or somebody's just changed that out because it looked cooler. Anyways, I digress. But for 3 grand for what you get, this car done is an easy fucking 30, 40, 50 grand car. Done right. I'm not talking just driver quality. I'm talking fully restored paint, body, interior, suspension, all that shit. Put back to OEM showroom quality. It would take you a long time, but it's a good investment. Now here we see the back of the Camaro. This is another thing that makes the Camaro, the 73 cars, look so good in my opinion. The tail end of them. You have these awesome like recessed round tail lights. And you have this bumper, and it screams muscle. It just looks cool. Now, I do want to say 74, 75 Chevelles have something similar to this in the rear. I don't know if they use these exact taillights or not, but it looks like they just tried to recreate the Camaro 73 Camaro taillights into that light style of Chevelle. These cars are beautiful. You can see the big back glass here on later Camaros of this generation. This rear window shrunk, so it's more smaller. But other than that, other than the rear window, everything on these cars can be changed if you have a 74 up, I think to 79. I could be wrong on that. I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments. But if you have this car, you can totally take the tail panel out and make a 73, 72, 71, 70 tribute car. But the only difference is between these cars when they stamped these bodies throughout the 70s was the rear window. It's bigger on the 70 or 73 cars. Now we have a 57 Chevy, $6,500. I think that's a stretch for this car. And here's why. Yes, it's a two door. Automatically goes up because it's a two door. But you can buy a decent all original four door for probably 6 grand or under. That's in pretty good shape. And all you would need is the doors, and you could do this conversion to make it a two door. With that being said, this is a true two door. It's a true V8 car, from what I can gather. But it has hardly anything. I don't know if I read the ad or not, but it looks like in the pictures, just from what he shows, it don't have any of the parts to put it back together. Glass, stuff like that, which gets expensive dealing with 57 Chevy. Let's be honest. 57 Chevys, four door or two door, are highly desirable cars. Are four doors crazy expensive? Will they ever be crazy expensive? I don't see it. Four doors nowadays are still not crazy expensive. Even 57 Chevys, they're not. They're not desirable cars because they're a four door and most people want two door because two doors are cooler. In my opinion, four doors are cool too. I would rock a four door. Not saying I wouldn't. I actually have a four door out back. I'm gonna give it to my grandpa because he likes it. He fell in love with it. I came out to see it one day and he fell in love with it. So I had to get it for him and put it together for him. But anyways, I digress. This thing is fucking pretty cool, pretty solid from what I remember last night. Like pictures, we'll see here. I mean, fairly solid. You can't go wrong with 50, Tri-5 Chevy of any kind. They all look killer. I mean, two doors look so much better in my opinion, but I'm a two door guy, not a four door guy. Uh, You got some kind of rear trim right there. Frame is solid. Floors appear to be solid from what he's showing us. Floor solid. Frame is solid. Still got all the body mounts in place. Some cars I've seen on YouTube don't even have that. Um, fairly solid. I mean, I'm seeing the floor pans. Floor pans look good to me. Quarter panel has a ding in it, but not a lot of rot, especially for an Indiana car. Now, here's where we get into the. You guys can't see it. Let's see if we can zoom this up maybe a little bit. Maybe. Remember? Remember? This. Let's do this. Let's do. No, no, don't want to try that. Let's drag this. I'll make sure that's 3%. So, this is a 79 Camaro. This is our Camaro. Nova. These cars, no, I won't say nobody because I like them. Dad, on the other hand, slightly don't like the look of them. I think that any car anymore, any car pre 89, in my opinion, is a cool car. Especially when you're talking about American rear wheel drive cars. Some front wheel drive cars, same thing. They're cool. I even like some 90s front wheel drive cars, which I have one in here that I'm not sure you got some stories with. Because my buddy had one. This right here, though, anyways, is a 79 four-door Nova. Next drag car, it looks like somebody cut a hole in the hood. Probably one of them, you know, funky scoops. They have like little red things on them, little red circles that open up when you hit the throttle. Just cool shit. This car, though, let's see what it looks like. Somebody could buy us and make a cool little race car out of it. See here. Looks like it needs a door glass, which shouldn't be hard to find. But overall, look at this body, and this body is fucking fairly solid and pretty complete. Overall, a good car. It'd be a good start to a race car. Ford's making a street car. Now, this is one I've been kind of waiting on because I personally love this body style of coupes. This is about a 40 Chevy coupe. This thing was a vintage drag car. Gasser. First of all, you see the stance in the front. Then there's signs, aluminum slots. And then we're going to get to the inside here in a minute, which shows you everything you need to know. It's rusty, it's crusty, but it's cool. I wouldn't even paint this car. I would literally throw an engine in this car and drive it the way it is. Because it's just that damn cool. Um, it's got some whiskey dents, it's got stuff like that. But looks like, I mean, it's got a gasket set up, it looks like. It's got fucking aluminum slots. It's got an old school tack, you guys, on the interior. Look at the interior that this thing had. Well, look at that, dude. This car was a fucking beast. It's got 4 up, but I don't even give a shit about that. We throw a license plate over that and call it a day. This thing would make somebody a really cool vintage style gas or drag car. And you don't have to fix the rust. It's just cool the way it is. Or fix the rust and make a badass hot rod. Talking about badass hot rods, this right here is one of my dream cars because I'm a Mopar guy. I'm not really a Ford guy. I like Fords. I like everything, but I'm not really a big Ford or Chevy guy. It's not. But what we have here is one of my personal favorite cars. This is a 33 Plymouth 5-window coupe. Yes, 5-window coupe. For, I think, can't remember, I think it's 10,000. But it is fucking beast. This would make an awesome hot rod. Look at this. This thing is beast. Look at this, dude. This thing is so fucking cool. Look at this. Wow. Still got the mashed up red chicken wire. Put your vinyl top over. Look at this. This thing would be so fucking cool in the hot rod. It's got some rust, but fixable shit. I mean, you could fix that. Now the next thing is I just was there because it's kind of kooky cool and it was cheap. So I know some people look for just cheap cars. They don't really give a shit if it's a Buick of some kind or a Cadillac. They just want a cheap project. This car is $2,800. It looks like it is a '51 Buick Roadmaster. Don't know if that's really the actual car or Roadmaster. I know those were made in the '90s. I don't know if they were made in the '50s. I don't know. Not a big Buick guy. Please let me know in the comments. Oh, I have to say this. If you have made it this far in the video, this channel's for you. Subscribe for all kinds. We do great automotive content. We do actual builds. We do shit like this. Subscribe. Cost you nothing. Turn on notifications. You'll get a buzz every time we're on here. And I really appreciate it. And if you're my regulars, much love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys make this channel work. Look at that. That's back when cars were actually cars. Like, look at the styling of this thing. Even though it's a big old boat, it's got some cool styling features. Like these fucking four, like, scoops down the side, that cool little V trim that goes down the fender and down the door and up to the quarter. I mean, it's just a neat car. Back when cars were cars. Look at this. This thing is just neat. All right. I had those in here for the Jeep lovers. A lot of you guys love Jeeps. And a lot of you, I know a lot of people don't know that they made Jeep trucks back in the day. It's not just a newer thing. They were actually built back in the day. They've been making them, they made them in the 40s, they made them in the 50s, they made them in the 60s, they made them in the 70s, made them in the 80s, and then somewhere in the 80s, I think they went to switch when Jeep finally went out of business. But these things are fucking neat. They're really, really neat. And you could pick them up cheap, and they would make a cool off-road toy. This one, for instance, is $1,200. Look at that is so freaking cool. Look at the interior. Look at that. 6-cylinder. Gives you good fuel mileage. I mean, these are so freaking neat. And it's a fairly solid truck, it looks like, from, well, 3 feet away. But now we get into the car I've been dying to talk to you about. So you know you're asking a Plymouth Laser. Why would you care about that, Austin? So, let's go back to about 5, 10 years ago. My buddy, it's probably been longer than that. One of my buddies when I was in high school, he was older than me by a little bit. He was like 28, 29 at the time, and I was 17, 18, something like that. Good friend of mine. We don't we kind of grew apart. He went down a separate road than I did, and I went down this road, and he went down. He's got his demons. That's almost saying that. Still have lots of love, lots of respect for the man, and I wish him the best throughout life. So hang out like we used to and shit. We grew up, and anyways, he had one. He had the non-turbo version. He had the automatic flavor. His wasn't as like I don't want to say beautiful because it was a solid car. So one night we're out doing some stupid shit on the back road. And He takes this hill, drops off, and he fucking getting it through there, dude. And I don't have a fucking seatbelt on. We got our buddy Nate in the back, me in the passenger seat, and him driving. And dude, he fucking hits this fucking hill, comes up like this, shoots up, hits the ground. Dude, my head bounced off the fucking roof. Oh man, I fucking hurt. And they're over there fucking laughing because I'm fucking like, that fucking hurt. Stupid shit we do. He'd fucking fly in that car. My first time ever hearing subs that I can remember was in this car. Fucking Kevin Gates, dude, bumps hard as hell in a laser with fucking subs. It's hard as hell. I love subs. They're fucking awesome. They sound great. And you just gotta let everybody know that you're there. And then this car actually has subs in it, which is kind of neat. It's got a sub box that up subs. But anyways, that car was fucking fun. He actually blew up the transmission in it because he was never a car guy. He blew up the transmission in it. I struggled for about a year and a half, 2 years until situations made him sell the car. I looked for a transmission, and they're hard to find. Now I could have pulled that one and rebuilt it, but he didn't want to spend money to have it rebuilt. And personally, I didn't want to do it. So I'd rather just find a transmission and spend a day putting a transmission to it, whatever it was. But anyways, show you guys the car. These cars are neat. These were actually they actually had a Plymouth Laser, an Eagle Talon, which are the exact same car, just different brand names. They had turbo. You had a turbo 5-speed, you had turbo automatic. These cars are just neat. Now, I want one of these, but I also want my like 90s dream car. Like when you're talking about like imports, would be the 90s fucking Dodge Stealth. Those things are fucking cool. They're actually made I think it was a Mitsubishi 3000 something, something is the name. But they're basically the same car, just Dodge bought their bodies and slap their name on it. They're basically sports cars, if you want to call them that. I think they got a vaccine in them, but they're just fucking neat cars. I am not by no means just a muscle car guy. Into everything, whether it be fucking imports to muscle cars. I just lean more towards muscle cars because they're kind of cool and they're simple. Where these cars have a lot more electronics in them, especially if you're talking about Dodge Stealth. They have like brake controllers on the brakes and just there are all kinds of handling features that are electronic that can go bad. Older cars, you don't have that. Especially if you have a carburetor and points, that's all you have to worry about to make a car run. As long as that's fuel, air, and spark, and it'll run. And same with these cars. If these cars have sensors that go bad and you have to diagnose it, it's just more tedious. Let's get into this. Sub box. Fucking awesome. And it's a fucking fairly solid car. And I think I only want like 3 grand for this car. Don't know if it runs or not, but it's a stick it looks like. So that's neat. What if it's a turbo? It's a turbo and a stick. That would be one hell of a fun car to drive. No back seat, which who cares? Is it turbo flavor? Let's see here. Nope, it's non-turbo. Looks like I don't see no turbo or nothing on there. But these cars are really neat, guys, and so is the Eclipses. Those are cool cars too. So that's gonna do it for the auto roundup today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the content. If you're new, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, comment. Tell me what car you guys want me to do next. What car would you like me to find and add into an auto roundup? We do these every Saturday. They premiere. I do them usually in the afternoon. Right now it is 2:46 Saturday. So these will premiere 6:30 p.m. today for you guys to enjoy. Thank you guys. We're at like 1,600 subscribers and on our road to 1,700. And I really appreciate you guys. You guys make this fucking channel. It isn't my hard work. It's your guys' hard work for watching this. Because I know sitting through my videos sometimes is boring and takes a lot of work. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I said, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and I'll see you guys. I don't know for what's next. Maybe we might have a Charger video. We might not have nothing until the next auto roundup. So watch some of my older content. I really appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Much love.